Hey, this is Chavo Guerrero Jr., and you're watching THS Wrestling. Viva la raza!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to THS Wrestling Presents That Wrestling Show. We hope everybody had a great weekend, and we hope everybody's having a great holiday season as well. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Matthew, what's going on? Thank you for joining us, everyone. We got a lot to get to. NXT just ended in two interesting topics that we're going to kick the show off with in a couple of minutes here. You're probably watching us on Facebook.com/THS Wrestling News, YouTube.com/that hashtag show TV, or you're watching us on Twitch, twitch.tv/that hashtag show. And also make sure you're following our Instagram, instagram.com/THS.wrestling. Did I get it all, Neeson? How are you?
I am great and also terrified because guys, it's crazy outside. You know, it's cold, then it's COVID, and then it's also crazy in LA. So yeah, you know, I'm all the emotions. And also I'm still, as you can see over my right shoulder here, you see peeking. You see that? See that? See who's peeking? See who's peeking over my right shoulder?
I see him.
You see that? See who's peeking? Yeah. Good old No Way Home, the greatest Spider-Man to ever do it, the greatest Spider-Man movie ever made. I would dare say the greatest MCU movie ever put out out of the last 24 of them.
Wow.
I got my black spider suit, my black and gold spider suit behind me. Life is good, man. Life is good.
We will not say I'm doing pretty well. I saw No Way Home twice in less than 24 hours. So I guess it was okay. Sounds like it was an okay movie, I guess.
It was the best.
It was great. It was a lot of fun. And fingers crossed, like you said, everything's crazy. Hopefully I can see it for a third time because Lauren has not seen it yet. So
she has. So you went without Lauren? How are you alive?
I got the okay. She gave me the okay. She's like, I was like, what if I saw it twice though? No. We did. Yesterday was your 30th birthday, Thomas. Thomas, happy birthday. Happy belated birthday.
Happy belated birthday, Thomas. I hope you had 30 of whatever your favorite things are each hour of your birthday.
Whoa, that's a lot.
Therefore, you will never have it ever again in life.
Wow. That's amazing. You know, it's my puppy Camilla's first birthday today.
It is your puppy. Happy birthday, puppy Camilla. Camilla has been on this show more times than me, I feel like. And she deserves a good old happy birthday as well.
She's having a good time in the other room hanging out. But we gotta get into some stuff that happened in NXT. And at first I was just like, I'm gonna ask Neeson about this one thing, but then another thing happened during the course of the show. But we'll get to the first thing that I was originally gonna ask you. I was gonna throw you a curveball and just ask you about it.
No, let's do it. I love curveballs. I can't hit them.
So it was just announced. You gotta wait. I don't know if you saw my stream today. When a curveball comes, you gotta wait because you can see the break and you can wait. I watched some hitting videos last night. But anyway, this match was announced for I believe it's 2 weeks. Yes, at New Year's Evil, Mandy Rose versus Cora Jade versus Raquel Gonzalez for the NXT Women's Championship.
Ooh-wee.
And my question to you is, how do you feel in general about triple threat matches? We're both on the controls, punching buttons. How do you feel about like triple threat matches, 4 corner matches? How do you feel about those in general? And then I guess, how do you feel about this match?
How do I feel about them in general? I like them when you can't tell who's gonna win. I think it's a great feeling when you don't know who's gonna come out the victor. I think this match in particular, I think especially when they all have a right to be in the match, right? So I think this match in particular, they all have the right to be in this match. So it works. And also, Cora Jade is on fire. I didn't
Yeah.
watch, in full disclosure, I didn't watch NXT. I came literally 5 minutes touchdown into my place 5 minutes before we started. But I know over the past NXTs, she is on fire. So it is only right to put her in this spotlight at this time. And I can say that the Mandy Rose experiment has been working. Like, it really has been working. So and Raquel Gonzalez, I said all of those women that was on that team in the War Games match should be on the main roster. That means Cora Jade, Raquel Gonzalez, Io Shirai, and I forgot the other person that was on their team. But they should all be on the main roster. So I just think this isn't Raquel Gonzalez's time. And I would not be surprised if they put the belt onto Cora Jade at all. But Mandy Rose is doing, look, she was God's greatest creation. Now she is God's greatest salvation, and she is doing the damn good job. And I won't definitely be surprised she comes out victorious, man. I love it. I love
and
it.
has a great stable with her as
A
well.
great man. First, Gigi. If I know people were kind of iffy because they changed their name to Gigi, but
It's a Gigi Allen reference.
the Gigi Allen, yeah, you know, the dark Gigi Allen, dark, yeah. But she is she is doing, she's definitely, they have something in her. She definitely has the it factor, man. So yeah, she has a great stable. Everything is on, they're all cooking on high cylinders, man. And I'm actually looking forward to this match for sure.
Yeah, it should be a really good match. I would, you know what? It would be, I think, great to elevate someone like Cora Jade. Sorry, I was late. I was handling. Have you heard about this? You know what? We'll
No, I
talk.
have not.
This will be my rant at the end of
Hashtag of
the.
the week. Yeah, sure.
That'll
Yeah.
be my rant at the end of the show. But yeah, I mean, it would be great if they. I wouldn't. I don't know if I call it a hot shot for Cora Jade, but to get her to a championship and then make this happen. That what, like Thomas is saying, she'd be the youngest NXT Women's Champion in NXT history.
Wasn't Paige 19 or was she 20?
I think she was 20.
Okay, so did she? Because yeah, like they have a rule that you have to be at least 21 to be on the main roster, right? So
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Paige was 20 and then turned 21. Okay.
Yeah, and you know what, Matthew? That's a good point. I didn't even like think about the fatal four-way at day one. I was just thinking about solely this match, and then it's like, oh yeah, we got another one coming up. So yeah, I think, you know, as long as you can't tell immediately who's going to win the multi-man match. Oh, Kaylee Ray. There you go.
Yes, Kaylee Ray should definitely be on the main roster.
I think that's best for everyone. And I mean, we'll see in 2 weeks time. Another thing that I kind of did a head tilt on is this is going to be happening next week. A championship unification contract signing hosted by Wade Barrett between Cruiserweight champion Roderick Strong and North American champion Carmelo Hayes. Now, we're going to be unifying these titles. Does this surprise you? Do you think it's a good idea? Malcolm Bivens just tweeted out, what could go wrong with that picture? So how you feeling about this? I know when I told you, because you hadn't heard about it, you were like, what's going on with that?
I just wish I could zoom into Malcolm Bivens' faces. What can go wrong? Malcolm Bivens is my variant. I think that is Malcolm Bivens. Malcolm Bivens says everything I would actually say in real life. So I think he's just my variant. Look, this just means that the days of the greatest 1 hour of professional wrestling on WWE is gone. 205 Live. This just means that the days of the greatest 2 hours of professional wrestling on WWE is gone. NXT Black and Gold, baby. And that's what this is. We're really just getting rid of that. I think it's actually the great way, because 205 isn't 205 anymore. It isn't. I watched 205 live, and I was, I watched Lash Legends match. Like, that was the only reason why I really watched it, because I was like, why are they giving this girl such a hard time? So I watched the Last Legends match, but I think it is the right thing to do. I think and then that way it doesn't put Roderick Strong off on an island. It doesn't have Kushida off on an island. It doesn't have all these people that held the title, or that was like that was gunning for the 205 live title. It doesn't leave them off on an island. And now you can have them, it can be the secondary man's belt under NXT 2.0. And do I think it's great for Carmelo Hayes? I know you didn't ask that, but I think Carmelo Hayes needs to get rid of Trick. And I think, look, I think the world of Carmelo Hayes. I think he's still finding himself for some reason in NXT, but I also think that he's going to do fantastic things on the main roster.
Now, I was thinking about this because it says it's a title unification match, but it doesn't say which title is. Do you think
Gonna stay?
Well, I mean, do you think we get a new belt design out of this, and maybe a new belt in general? Do you think that happens, or do you? No, you don't think so?
No, I mean, well, I think we can't get rid of the North American Championship. I think the prestige of it alone, right? Like, this isn't just a championship. It isn't the 205 championship that they just made up, right? Like, this is the North American Championship. With even the design is to pay homage to its predecessor. So yeah, I think we get, maybe it just becomes the North American Championship. Like, it should not become the North American 205 live, or the North American Cruiserweight, or the Cruise American. None of that.
Okay. But are you fine, like, if they unify the belts and then come up with maybe a joint looking design between the two belts, but still call it the North American Championship?
What is this true?
I feel like I read that Brian Kendrick is going to apologize to, as Matthew put it, Joe Gacy's weird dude. He's going to apologize to him.
Did I really? It was some stuff that happened on NXT then that I really missed today, huh?
I guess so. Yeah, I'm trying to find where it is, but
what? This is a weird dude.
This weird dude, Harlan. Next week, Brian Kendrick is going to give his apology to Harlan in the ring.
So they got Brian Kendrick out there. Okay. All right. Whew.
I could see them making it a like a black and silver championship in the same design of the North American. I'm not saying like completely redesign it. I mean, maybe change the color scheme and say, like Derek said, change the color of the strap.
Yeah, I mean, but again, I maybe I just love the fact that it paid homage to the old North American Championship, right? So you had the burgundy strap, and I remember when they first announced it, and we all like popped for it, right? We're all like, ah. So yeah, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to move on completely and out with the black and gold. Everything that was related to black and gold, get it out of there. It even got Beth Phoenix out of there. So
yeah,
no
worries, Matthew. I was scrolling Twitter looking for it because I saw the tweet earlier. I heard rumors that they unify the cruiserweight title would be retired. Yeah, I mean that's most likely what's going to happen here. So it is sad, but let's rewind here because we need to talk about some stuff that happened last Wednesday at Winter is Coming. We opened that show with the AEW World Championship match between That's not his name anymore. Between Bryan Danielson and Hangman Adam Page. Look, I said it was going to take a while to get used to. Match in general was very, very good. I was very surprised to see it as the opening match here. We go the full 60, folks, when we don't have a winner. There was a lot in back and forth between Neeson and I during this and after this, and still through the rest of the week. Neeson, you've had a little bit of time to think about it. Do you think opening the show with this match was a good idea? And do you still not like that we went to a 60-minute draw?
After Winter is Coming, I was trying to feel like what it felt like what it me watching that show felt like, and it was like having the best sex of your life with a condom on while also being like blacked out drunk. So you didn't remember it, you didn't feel anything fun, and you never came. So Winter said it was coming, but nothing came. Nothing at all. It was looking outside while the rain was on the window, and you just touching the window, just touching it,
Just touching the window.
No wet, no moisture. So I still don't like it. I thought the fact that you have Hangman Adam Page, your AEW champion, your first really homegrown AEW champion, not close the show. And not only did he not close the show, it was his first match since he won the AEW championship. And not only did he not close the show after his first match of winning the AEW championship on a flagship thing or annual show that you're doing every year, that you're trying to make it a big thing, he was going against the best wrestler in the world, Bryan Danielson. So you're telling me that he couldn't close the show going against Bryan Danielson? And even if you were telling me that, even if you said, hey, yeah, Neeson, that's what I'm telling you, that's what I'm gonna roll with, I will say this. What's better? What's better to close the show? How else did you want to close the show? Oh, you wanted to go black and to have Sting and Darby Allin come out and close the show against FTR? When the whole thing has been teasing up against, at least have the Briscoes come out.
Yeah.
And nothing I liked about Winter's Coming. That was a normal Dynamite show that should have been a Dynamite Dark. That should have been an AEW Dark show.
Wow. Strong words.
Great match. Fine. Fantastic match. Should not went to a draw.
Smooths, what's up, my dude? How's it going, man? I'm probably going to be streaming a little later, by the way. So watching the match, you open the show with it, and I think the first thing that I thought was, wow, how are they going to end this whatever they have for the end of the show has to be huge. It has to be mind-blowing, because if we are opening with this match that we have been building since Hangman won the title, whatever we close with has to be amazing. Now, this match, I will say, to open the show, I gave it the old 5. And I did have, even though, it did have like, we just had the Danielson Omega draw in late September. And I mean, but also like you can counterpoint that and be like, oh, I hate when matches go to draw. Danielson did it 3 times in a row at Ring of Honor one year. He did 3 60-minute draws in a row, and all those matches were great. But that's not where we are now. That was then. This is now. I don't know. I'm very indifferent about it, because I love the match, but the finish, it's just like, it just left a lot to be desired. And then, the fans are booing. Fans are not happy with the outcome of that. And I go, all right, we're going to send him home happy with something huge. End of the show is going to be something huge. What could it be? What could it be?
What could it be? What could it be?
So it ended with the Dynamite Diamond ring match, which was overall was good. I feel like you and I were like,
Yeah. It was fine.
Team Taz interferes, FTR comes out, lights go out, and you go, oh boy, Briscoe brothers just attacked, or they were just
FTR just
attacked the Briscoes. We're done with Final Battle. Everyone's going wherever they can go. Oh boy, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be amazing. Maybe they have more Ring of Honor people with them. Oh man, this is going to be crazy. And what happens? I actually don't even have a picture of them. Darby Allin and Stinger in the ring. They try to beat down FTR and MJF. It does not happen. And who should come out with the ball bat but one CM Punk wearing an amazing shirt. Amazing shirt. And in Texas, by the way, which is even better. And he says to us, all right, MJF, you're going to duck us again. Why don't you bring your two friends and I'll bring mine? That's the match. Deal with it. And that's how we end with a 6-man for tomorrow night. CM Punk, Sting, and Darby Allin taking on MJF and FTR. Listen, that's a big match. Sting and CM Punk teaming up. Wow, that's huge. But that's not what I was looking for to end this. It fell very flat to me. It was not a big surprise to see, but you know what? Are we also of the mindset that whenever AEW goes, hey, we named this event something, wink, that someone is going to make a surprise appearance?
Yeah. Or like they could have not done that and literally just put Heyman and Bryan Danielson on that last. And everything would have been forgiven.
Would it have been if it was a draw, though?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, I guess, right?
So then I don't know. Have your champion win.
I agree. I mean, I agree.
Like I don't understand. Honestly, I don't understand the forgiveness that we as wrestling fans are giving AEW when
a lot of forgiveness.
Any other wrestling company, let alone WWE, will never get this forgiveness. And I would say, like, Punk and Sting does not do it for me. Why do they not do it for me? Because they have so much other talent, and that's so hot right now that should be on a higher profile match. Like, that does not, like you saying it, like, yeah, Punk and Sting, and like being a big Sting fan, Crow Sting fan to be more specific, and being a big Punk fan, I should be excited. But you know what I'm really excited for? Like, I'm excited for, I'm excited for like the Briscoes, but I'm excited for the Best Friends. I'm excited for Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish, which we'll talk about later. I'm excited for Dante. I'm excited for Hook.
Martin. Yeah,
Dante
Hook.
Martin. I'm excited for Hook. I'm excited for
Jungle
all
Boy.
of their talent. Jungle Boy. I get excited for that. I don't get excited because of Sting and Punk having a team. And I mean, I'm not trying to take it away from nobody else, but that should not be the end of a show that you prop up on a pedestal.
I agree. And you did just mention it. There he is. Hook. Send
Hook, baby.
So you did just mention it. We got this. We also got this during Winter is Coming. Adam Cole says he has a gift for us tomorrow. And I mean, we're all pretty sure it's gonna be this guy, right? Like, there's no way it's anybody else. And then we're all gonna be doing this. Well, maybe not that because it might be copywritten, but so do you think there's any way in hell that it's not Kyle O'Reilly? Do you think it's a heel move on his part?
It should be. I think, honestly, I hope it is now. Now I hope, just because I love to watch the world burn. So yes, I hope it is a heel move, and I hope he surprises us with like it's literally just a calendar of best friend of them as best friends, like in different poses for 2022. That's what I hope. I hope it's a super click calendar. That's what
That
I
would
hope
be,
it
you
is.
know what? That would be very funny.
Yes,
That would be great.
that would be incredible.
I would love that. And Smooth also mentioned another thing, because I mean, maybe our surprises and Christmas presents weren't going to come during Winter is Coming. They were going to come during this show.
Yeah, because they
And
said, what is it called? What's the show called?
oh boy, I already cannot remember. Oh, there we go. AEW. Your show is called Halloween Holiday Bash.
Is Holiday Bash?
Is it called Holiday Bash? Can someone confirm
Something.
that? I'm
It's
scrolling.
Holiday Bash. Yep, it's
Scroll.
called Holiday Bash.
Holiday Bash. So Smooth's mentioned this. We also got a vignette with Malachi Black inducting someone into the House of Black and saying you are now more than a king. Do we also get the debut? We know Malachi is wrestling tomorrow. Do we get the debut of one Brody King tomorrow?
You mean PWG Tag Team Champions?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Kings of the Black Throne?
Kings of the Black Throne. Plus, I think I sent it to you with it said whose house? Black House with what was Isaiah's? I forget his name now off the top. I used to call him.
Yes,
I used to call him. Yeah, I used to call him his real name for the longest. Huh?
Isaiah Swerve Scott.
Yeah, but what's his that's his WWE name.
Oh my God, what's his other name? Shane Strickland.
Shane Strickland, that's right. We see the picture. Malachi Black posted a picture on Twitter with him and Shane Strickland saying, whose house? Black House.
Yeah.
My God. Let's go. If he builds the House of Black, it is Shane Strickland and Brody King. Come on, man. Let's go. Uh-oh.
Mike, don't ever say this ever again. Though I will say the Kenny King, Shane. Someone remind me of his name. He has the whole stable. That match was a lot of fun at Ring of Honor final battle.
Final battle.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun. But I mean, we'll see. Smooth. I don't think this is going to happen because everyone would boo it and hate
it. Look, I said this a months ago. Cody is playing Roman Reigns. He is playing John
Shane
Cena.
Taylor, thank you.
He's playing John Cena levels of heel face work, like that walking towards taking a step towards the heel tunnel and then turning around and going towards the face tunnel and then tugging his ear as he got booed. Yes, like he's about to play the fiddle of I'm not a heel and do nothing but heel things, and it's gonna be great.
I think he's legitimately within the next year going to be like, I know I said I'd never challenge for the world title, but you've already beat everyone, so you might as well face me for the title, and then he'll win it.
Yes, like this, him being the oblivious heel.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm only doing this because look, you beat everybody. What am I have to wrestle you. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Boy, oh boy. All right, we got to talk about let's talk about Kevin Owens and how he has reportedly has re-signed with the WWE. We did kind of touch on this last week. I think it became official the next day after we had streamed. And of course, per usual, you and I have talked about this throughout the week, but I'm fine with it. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense for him. Get that money, especially like when WWE is, I don't know, maybe hurting for stars. and maybe not on the level of a Roman Reigns or a Brock Lesnar, but a guy who's been there, who's put in the work and can be a world champion and is great on the mic and can do basically whatever you want him to do. He has a family. Get that money. I don't care where it is. It's fine that it's WWE. Like, am I a little sad that we won't get to see some of the dream matches in AEW? Yeah, sure, but he fits. Like, it's so weird because no one ever thought Kevin Owens would fit the WWE brand, and here he is. He's carrying it, and we love him, and we wish him the best in WWE. And it looks like he's having a lot of fun right now.
You know what's crazy about that? Like, no one never thought Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens will make it in a WWE. Sami Zayn. And these guys are the epitome of betting on yourself. And I know we're not talking about Johnny Gargano, that wasn't on the run sheet, but when he said you got to bet on yourself, that's why I still hold out hope that we'll hear Rebel Heart in January and it'll blow the roof off of the place, because they are the prime examples of betting on yourself and really going in for it. And shout out to Kevin Owens, man, because as much as I would have been happy to see him pop up and they do Mount Rushmore, but it was already something done. And you could see that he's having a time of his life. And not only is he having a time of his life, he's having it with his best friends. It looks like his other best friends. Yeah. You got Seth, you got SRKO beating up Bobby Lashley.
Yeah. And so this is apparently this is a newer thing. We've seen the tweets where they're like, we are coexisting, existing with the hashtag SRKO.
Good shirt.
This is fun. Yeah, great hashtag good shirt idea, I believe is what it was. This is great. I'm happy for Kevin Owens. I think whatever this becomes between the two of them, I mean, you're already kind of taunting RK Bro a little bit. So, I mean, that could be a thing that happens down the line. They could be new tag team champions. They could be the new 2-man power trip, I think.
I am not against any of that, but I am here to tell you. Mark my words, guys. This is December 21st, 2021. 1-2-2-1-2021. Seth Rollins is going to be babyface by WrestleMania, and Kevin Owens is going to be the vehicle to that. And just how Bobby Lashley started the vehicle, KO is the vehicle to turning Seth Rollins' face. Okay. Now, to say that, I want to enjoy this as long as possible because it is entertaining. And this is the most fun I'm seeing Seth Rollins have probably since. Now I want to see Seth Rollins dress KO. I want KO to come out.
Oh my god, dude.
I want him to come out in these crazy dope drip. I want him to be the KO dripper. I think they need to have a tag team. They tag team should just be called coexisting. KO existing. That should be their tag team, and they should just be in the flyest clothes until KO gets enough of it and turns on them.
That would be something. Do you think either one of them win at day one?
Absolutely not. I think Big E wins. I think if you want to set him up for something big going into WrestleMania, the real road to WrestleMania, quote unquote, you have to have him start off the top of the year beating these 3 world champions that just look stronger and stronger. You have to have him overcome.
Absolutely. I agree. I don't think, especially if you're going to make these two a tag team, I think maybe you just keep it on. You got to keep it on. You got to keep it on Big E for a little bit.
Yeah. And there's still so many. I mean, look, there's definitely some talent that they have primed for him. You got AJ and Omos breaking up.
Yes.
Yeah, you have look, they're definitely gearing it up for Austin Theory. It's a lot. They got a lot on Big E's side, and I think the way you get to that is keeping a keeping the title on him, and you allow him to go through some credible talent and make this reign a really good reign.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% agree. We got to talk about before we get on. Oh yeah, AJ was on NXT tonight.
He was?
Yeah, he came to confront somebody. Matthew,
What?
how was that? Yes, you didn't see this?
I got in like 5 minutes before.
Let me find it here.
What? Hey, I really missed a lot in NXT tonight. The one time I missed NXT.
Waller, he came to face off with Waller.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I think
the Australian Pat McAfee got AJ Styles in his face, huh?
Yeah, so it looks like this is gonna be a thing. This is like they cut promos on each other. And he told him you've had 3 good weeks, and he's like, try being phenomenal for over 2 decades. So yeah. And then also we got some stuff with MSK and Matt Riddle.
And Matt Riddle.
So
they're really resetting NXT. They're doing exactly how they did with NXT in the beginning of the Black and Gold brand. They had Cesaro come down there. They had John Cena was down there. Sandow went back down there. Man, you can name it. Like it was consistently down there. So I said, Waller said, once you're done with Omos, come see me next.
So I mean, it looks like they're they're bringing some people down to I guess help probably with ratings and to get people more interested. So
they couldn't do that when they had, I don't know, Adam Cole. I don't know.
No.
Johnny Gargano. No. I don't know. Kyle O'Reilly.
No.
You mean all right. I'm not going.
But the last thing I want to touch on is I just watched these segments before we got on the air here, so I want to talk about it. I want to talk about this Liv. What's up?
Why isn't Tyler Bate in American NXT yet? What is going on? Okay, I'm sorry. I digress.
He's tag team champions with and that's a good point, Matthew. They were going up against the NFL tonight, so they're trying to make some stuff happen there for sure with AJ.
But did they advertise AJ popping up on NXT tonight?
I believe they did, but it might have been like a late push. I'm not sure. But the one thing I want to talk about is this Liv Morgan Becky like segment where
this is how I feel. This may be my profile picture.
This is an amazing picture. So so Liv goes to where Becky is training, and she attacks someone that she thinks is Becky, but it turns out not to be Becky. And then they fight. And it's very weird because, well, I guess it actually, Becky is supposed to be the heel, but she literally has an entire room of people cheering her on. And yes, I get that that they are her trainees, but it just felt very weird to be like, wait, we're cheering for Liv. We should there shouldn't be a bunch of people cheering for Becky. It seems weird. And to follow that up, we had we were cutting some promos on each other last night, and yeah, I think that's the face that sums it up. How do you feel about the promos we were cutting on each other? How do you feel about that segment? Do you think? I mean, how did you feel about it? Because I was watching, I was like, oh boy, and I was looking at wrestling Twitter, and they were like, hey, this ain't it. This ain't it.
I love Liv. I think Liv is perfect. I think Liv is a very talented professional wrestler. I think Liv is a star, but Becky is a supernova. And if you cannot shine as bright as her, you're going to get swallowed up. And that's, we see this happening firsthand. Look, they just found a black hole outside of the galaxy of Milky Way galaxy. Don't know how. I don't ask questions. I just read the news. And you know, it's the thing of like she's getting sucked into this black hole, which is Becky Lynch. Now, granted, she's not getting any help from the Fed, right? No help at all. Why is she not getting any help? Well, let's jog your memory of this promo. It was exactly what her outfit was representing: a nightmare. Why was it a nightmare, Freddie? Well, let me tell you why it was a nightmare. Look, it's a difference between when people actually act and then when people are in the moment. Liv Morgan was acting. Now, it's bad when you have to act. Real actors live in the moment and just say the words. That means they actually have thought behind it. They're not over pronunciating anything. It's not and you gonna beat me. I will never like you. It's none of that.
And they're not interrupting the other person that they're
None of that at all. You could tell the difference between Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch, one, clearly doesn't have any script, and and she is really letting it come from how she may feel in an exaggerated way.
Right.
And I think they need to figure out to let the restraints off of Liv to be able to do that, or she's just gonna she's literally losing momentum by the moment, and it did them no favors. No favors. This is a time when $1 billion company should not be shooting $1 billion footage. No. Why do we have this shot? In what world would a cameraman be inside of the wrestling ring? In what world? In what world would a cameraman, after a swinging and hit in, after students are around the ring, be inside a wrestling ring?
Oh man.
In what world would a cameraman will already be there? This should have been, what was it? GTV? This should have been GTV footage.
GTV.
This should have been good old ring light footage, our ring security bell footage that they got. And it would have worked off and went off to the pin. It didn't have to have multiple camera angles. We didn't have to have pickup shots of students slapping the mat. Why do we have to have that?
I don't know.
And why are you even, like you said, I get it. You said, why are they cheering on Becky Lynch? Like, if this is a training session and you're not having an actual training match and they're just watching, they should have been just watching. And I don't know, why didn't they stop a woman with one arm and a cane, Kindle stick, roll into the ring at their training session? This stranger just walked into their training session, got in the ring, had a stick, and just stood there. Nobody tried to grab him. I don't know. You need to fire or you need to cut all those students. Why? Because there'd never be anything, because they allowed that to happen.
That would have been a great follow-up in Becky's promo, that she let them all go because they didn't stop her.
That's would have been the first thing I would. What she said, how she says students have me crying every time. Students.
She's the best. Becky's the best.
I love, man. Becky is bad. Like, that's, how can you boo Becky Lynch? Like, come on, like, be real. Like, how can you boo Becky Lynch?
I don't know.
Liv winning, and I know Matthew said Liv winning day one. I think honestly, man, if she wins, I don't know. They got Migos performing that day one, so I think that crowd is gonna be it's not, it's just not gonna be a teeny bopper crowd.
I don't know.
So she may get booed.
We will see. I mean, I after those promos, I went, oh no, because somebody is like, I don't know anymore. Maybe they crossed it out and changed it.
Yeah, but they booked that. WWE books the promos for the package. They don't
Yeah.
do it for the moment. Like, that's for the package. When they cut up, when we see on day one before the match, that promo is going to be the narrative between the match. Like, between all the segments in the promo. So that's what they do it for. It's just, it sucks that we have to sit through it.
Yeah. So before we get to our hashtags of the week, I want to let everybody know just to follow this link. If you haven't, go vote on our year-end awards. They're all up in there, and we are going to be that'll be our show sometime next week. I believe we are not having a show on Tuesday.
Not having a show on Tuesday.
So we will bring that to you before year's end, I believe, is what we're trying to do.
Yep, it will be on your timeline streaming live, guys, by the end of the week.
Yes. So by the end of next week.
By the end of next week.
Next week. I was like, oh no. I'm like, we need to talk after this. But yeah, so very excited about that. They're always a lot of fun. We always have some fun guests, some familiar faces that you've seen throughout the year. And we will give our own personal awards as well. Like, before we announce what you, the people, have said, we'll go over who we think. We're going to live react to stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then also be on the lookout for my top 100 of 2021.
Ooh.
I have to start drafting that. Do I even have a login to the site anymore? Who knows?
I'm gonna tell you guys that if his number one isn't the boss, the blueprint, the standard, the GOAT, the queen of the cell, the DDT Mandalorian, the ESPY award winning, the real needle mover, see you, Roman Reigns. Her segment rated higher than you, Sasha effing Banks. Then his list is probably legit. Yeah.
Looking at it right now, did you see like the heavens open up as soon as I opened up the
I did.
sheet? My top 10's looking pretty nasty right now, in a good way, I think, in a good way. But I still got some time. So I like tomorrow morning, I'm waking up at 7 a.m. I'm driving up north and hanging out with my family. So I'll have some time to watch some wrestling and maybe fine tune this list a little better. I'm upset I'm gonna miss Dynamite Live though, so I gotta be following on that. But you do what you got to do during the holiday season, right?
Absolutely.
So let's get to our hashtags of the week. Do you want me to go first? Mine's gonna be real. I don't think it's gonna be real long because I don't want to give them as much attention as they do need to have a lot of attention brought to them. But I'll go first. Josh Matthews comeback.
All right, we'll go first.
All right. Also, look, guys, I got Bam Bam art up here now. I have Eddie Kingston art, and then right behind me, you can't see it because there's too much glow on there. It's me and my fiance as our wrestling personas. But my hashtag of the week is hashtag Do Better Pro Wrestling Tees. Holy crap, guys. I don't know if you saw this, but last night it started breaking that people were getting letters in the mail from Pro Wrestling Tees that said, hey, we had a security breach November 1st, and a lot of your credit card information was taken. Our bad. So I don't know if you realize it's December 21st, and they had a security breach almost 2 months ago, and they are just now informing people that there is a huge breach via the slowest the slowest way possible, which is actually makes a lot of sense because it is Pro Wrestling Tees and they don't know how to ship anything fast. So I'm not really surprised that this took them so long to let everyone know. Very shady from this already shady company. They have not said a word anywhere besides their handwritten letters that they put stamps on and just shipped out at the slowest way possible. Now, granted, there might be some way of being like you can't send emails to people and be like, hey, there was a security breach, but also companies are just tweeting out this shit. Hey, we had a security breach on this date. You should probably do this. They sent handwritten fucking letters in the mail to people. And I've already seen a couple of people that have been like, oh, well, that makes sense. That's why I had to close my account. That's why I had to file this claim. It's because they had a security breach almost 2 months ago. It didn't say anything about it. So once again, shame on you, Pro Wrestling Tees. I know you guys think you're hot shit. Clearly you guys fucked up real bad again. Hopefully some lawsuits are brought your way and we kind of split up this monopoly. I know you guys do a lot of good things for the wrestlers, but you also do a lot of shitty things in general. This is one of them. You should have let people know. I don't know. 5 hours after it happened. 5 hours? I'll give you 5 hours. You could have tweeted it out. You could have done anything, but you decided not to let people know that you had a security breach on your site. That is insane. So my hashtag is do better, Pro Wrestling Tees. But you know what? I know you won't. So
well, F you, Pro Wrestling Tees. All right. I agreed with all those things. That's
that's true. Hey, you know what? Also, like, do better shipping wise because I shouldn't be waiting like 80 weeks to get a poor quality shirt.
That should never be the case. Well, my hashtag of the week. Silhouette. My hashtag of the week, ladies and gentlemen, goes out to a wrestler that's just coming up and that's just starting out, and it's gonna feature her, but it's really talking to you, my beautiful internet wrestling fans. That is right. My hashtag is Let Lash Live. I have recently been I was off the wrestling Twitter for a while, and I got back on. And the first thing I see is people going at Lash Legend over her 205 match because of some type of elbow drop that she did. And I'm like, why are people going at her saying she shouldn't wrestle? If this is how they teach you how to wrestle in a PC, you should is this why they got rid of all the independent wrestlers? Well, I want to address that first. One, they just had a tryout where, I don't know, the RH Women's Champion was at the tryout. Seems like they're not trying to get rid of independent wrestlers to me, and also other wrestling big name independent wrestlers was at as well. That's one. So clearly they're not trying to move away from indie wrestlers. Number two, it was on 205. It was not even on NXT proper. It was on 205. That means it was on the brand that they're actually using, more like Evolve and more like a chance to get these wrestlers some reps. How else are they supposed to get reps? They're not getting reps on national television. They're getting reps on 205 Live on the Peacock network. So you're telling me you're going out of your way to watch a wrestling show just to complain about actual wrestlers trying to learn how to be better professional wrestlers when you've never, ever took not even a bump. Not even, when's the last time you ran down a block to get the mail? Where's the last time you may have walked your dog without breathing heavy? But instead, you want to sit on Twitter and you want to complain about a quote unquote elbow drop that honestly, when I watched it, it looked like that was how it was supposed to be. Yeah, she doesn't jump as high. So what? Who cares that she doesn't jump that high? All I'm saying is we have to start. I want you to really dig deep inside before you type a hateful tweet or some type of you think it's criticizing tweet, and ask why you really typing that. What is the real reason why you're typing that tweet? Why you're spewing that quote unquote criticism or that hatred? It's not because you actually know the sport of professional wrestling. That's not it. I want people to start being honest with themselves. That's all I want. So, in honor of Lash Legend, I want to put a hashtag let Lash live because she's growing and learning. I can't say one thing. Her whole Whitney Williams type of gimmick, I love it. I love it because it's something that can grow. It's something that the audience could do with the 2 snaps. It's something that is actually outside of the ring. These are the things that we want as gimmicks when it comes to professional wrestling. Don't just give me everything inside the ring. Give me something outside the ring. So if they're giving you all the things you want, you just may not like how it looks. Hey, I need you to ask yourself in the mirror, why don't I like that? And then we can have the conversation. That's my hashtag of the week.
I don't like it because it wasn't the Macho Man Randy Savage's elbow. I honestly haven't even seen the elbow drop, so I couldn't tell you. But I will seek it out and watch it and probably be like, that's fine.
It wasn't even it's the like, you know how like Dolph like does the jumping elbow off like while somebody's on the ground and they pin and then he pins them.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
Oh my God.
That's what it was.
That's what everyone's losing their mind over.
That's what everyone is losing their mind over.
Wrestling Twitter. What a gem of a place.
To the fact where she was trending, to the fact where they like, I think she had to like deactivate her Twitter at some point. Like,
oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it's like,
that's
come
annoying.
on, man. Like, relax. Like, for real. I could have talked about the Ty Conti thing as well, but
that's a whole nut. We don't have.
As I said, we really, as wrestling fans, and I'm including myself, like, that's why I ask people, take a look in the mirror. We got to do better. We can't sit here and keep bullying these performers that's putting their bodies on the line for our intention and amusement. Like, come on.
Yeah. Agreed. 100% agreed. All right, everybody, make sure once again that you go vote on our end of the year awards. I'm going to drop it one more time. Sorry, it's kind of spammy, but I get it. It's right there. Man, Damian Van Horn, welcome. Well, I don't think I've seen Damian in the chat before. Welcome, sir.
He complimented us. Excuse me, I didn't ask your pronouns, but I'm sorry. I'm assuming he complimented us and actually complimented our live chat, man. He said, yeah.
Thank you.
So, yeah, thank
you
man.
So much. That means a lot to us. Come back anytime. Do we got anything else before we get on out of here?
You know what? Have a happy holidays. If you're celebrating Hanukkah, celebrating Christmas, if you're celebrating Kwanzaa, if you're celebrating any sort of time with your family, loved ones, please be safe. Please make sure if you're whatever you are, vax or not vax, I don't care. Just make sure you're negative and make sure when you see your family and make sure you're able to enjoy them. Because look, this has been an uncertain last 2 years. Going on 3, and I just want to make sure that I could see everybody in this chat this time again next year.
There you go. All right, everybody, make sure facebook.com/THS Wrestling News, youtube.com/that hashtag show TV, twitch.tv/that hashtag show, and instagram.com/THS.wrestling. Shout out to the Wrestling Classic. Justin, he does a lot of stuff over there for us. And make sure you go check out him. He's he might be getting a little tweet from All Elite Wrestling saying the Wrestling Classic is all elite at some point here, because my God, what a run of interviews he's on. Absolutely amazing stuff on his end. But guys, also make sure you check out that hashtag show.com for everything trending in geek pop culture. And we'll see you guys before the new year.
Yeah. Hi, Nixon. Hi, Nixon Noel.